So, a pretty weird thing happened. My wife and me, we were just talking about pregnancy and stuff, and then suddenly we got into a topic that changed the way I felt about the conversation. Suddenly I was so aware that this is a parent's conversation. And I couldn't really put my finger on why it was like that. Now, thinking back about it, it's pretty clear. It's because we talked about principles regarding children, and especially how to raise our own child. We've talked about that before, but this time it just felt different. It was like this, okay? The conversation was pretty easy. We're talking about whether to go skiing or not. Okay, so skiing and snowboarding is something we did a lot. Well, not unusually a lot, but just every winter, it's just like a family tradition. We enjoy skiing or snowboarding or whatever, basically on snow. Well, no, these two, not whatever else. Yeah, and you know, I don't know if you know, you probably know, it's not super recommended for pregnant women to ski or to snowboard because it's a risky sport. Like, you can fall, and yeah, falling is not so recommended for pregnant women, or somebody else could crash into you, and that's also not very recommended to have somebody else crash into you, not even as a non pregnant human, but in pregnancy, you are a little bit more, yeah, vulnerable. Let's call it like that. So, bottom line is that skiing or snowboarding is not super recommended. But what is really? Well, light moving and walking and eating only this couple of foods and stuff like that. So, truth be told, it's not easy to be pregnant. And I know about it not because I am pregnant, because I have a wife and she's pregnant and I see her going through the process, which means that I know just what I see. Okay. Bottom line of that, I have no idea of it. I'm just talking about it. So if any woman is watching this, don't take it personal. I'm just joking. Anyway, the thing is, a lot of things are like in this gray zone when it comes even to drinking or eating, and it's just weird because it's only good for pregnant women or recommended if it was tested before on pregnant women. And not a lot of things, surprisingly, are tested on pregnant women because they are so sensible and vulnerable and nobody really wants to test stuff on them. So if you ask ChatGPT, for example, hey, can I drink like tea or can I take like this, I don't know, uh, oil extracts or something like essential oils from plants, he's gonna tell you, or it, dude, I'm hearing it already crazy, it's gonna tell you that, better not do it because it's not researched, and to stay on the safe side, it's better to, yeah, just don't do it. And that's a crazy life philosophy because, like, even 20 years ago, maybe even 10 years ago, maybe even more recently than that, when it came to pregnancy, people didn't know so many things about it. And I hear it all the time when I'm talking to my mom or some other lady who was pregnant at some point, and she would tell just, well, I had no idea what I was doing. Not in this tone. She were mostly, they were just winging it of what I hear. But there are people and people, so I'm not generalizing. And now they're saying all this stuff, and that's not bad. It's just very restrictive. And again, that's not a bad thing. That's a super good thing actually, but it's not easy, okay? So when it came to skiing, we were like, okay, let's not do it. Let's not go for the risk. Let's just stay put for 9 months. As always, when you try to not do something, all these opportunities start popping up. Like, we got asked to go skiing a lot. More than usual, I'd say. Seriously, it's crazy. And at first we're like, okay, let's not go. Let's go the safe path. Let's just try to not do it. But then we had this conversation about it where basically we were questioning our principle. Like, why not do it? Because there's a risk involved. Is the risk big? Well, to be honest, it depends. It depends. But my wife, she's good on skis, she's good on snowboard. She usually doesn't fall. Yeah, of course, somebody else could crash into her. But how often does that happen? It happens. It happens like nobody ever crashed into me, for example, and I was on a slope sometime. But then I have a cousin who used to crash into other people a lot. So he would crash like 3 times, I don't know, in 3 days into other people, which is by my standards quite a lot. So he's quite a danger on the slope. So yeah, there was the question: is the risk there? Yes, it is. Is it a big risk? Hard to tell. But now comes the breaking point. We felt that this decision is something that is already changing the way we are thinking about children. Okay? Because now it's only two of us, okay? And yes, a third one's coming. But the way we decide on things is somewhat changing. If it's only you, if it's about me on the slope falling or risking something or getting crashed into, I'm pretty fine with it. It just happens. And because it's only me, I know it's me, I'm gonna survive it somehow, I'm gonna heal, and it's gonna be fine. But when there's somebody else involved, especially your child, then something different in the brain starts to shoot. It feels so ancient. It feels like something that is telling you that, yo, watch out. What you have right there is so little and so vulnerable. You have to be super cautious with it. And that, I feel, is probably why so many parents worry so much. It's just natural. It's just a part of our brain that's just wired to worry. And I'm starting to feel that. I'm really starting to feel that. Now, the question is, and remains, what kind of dad do I want to be? Do I want to be the one who always encourages their child to go on a super safe road? Like, always be super safe, like, don't take any risks? And that's just a path of so much worry. And I feel like I'm gonna worry either way, probably, because worrying is just, in a way, ingrained into parents, I suppose. But You can't eliminate risk, you can minimize it, but there's a healthy degree of minimizing. I just feel like that's a personal line, and yeah, that's it. It's a personal line. It's a personal decision where you balance out the risk. And I don't think it's okay to just try to minimize the risk as much as possible. You have to risk it to get the cookie. That's sort of it. And we somehow felt that this was already taking place in this discussion about skiing. And it's weird, right? Like the child is not even born, and I feel like the way we're gonna raise children is already there. Like it's already in our head. Man, felt like it really feels like there are these algorithms inside of us which just are waiting to be activated. And I do think they can be changed. I think they can be altered, honestly. We just have to recognize them and see what they're telling us. And this algorithm is really screaming, be careful. Whew. Well, let's see where this is gonna take us. In the meantime, just have a great evening, day. Yeah, enjoy life.